funny because Lexi's here, you know, and she usually doesn't come on a Monday night, but I asked her to stay tonight because obviously she had somebody quit. I'm just going to say it. Quit the show too.
So a little bit of an interesting way to end the night. Gwen did our Valentine's WOD today, which was, I will say, a pretty brutal workout. But it led to, I guess, the first heartbreak.
Tonight was crazy. Absolutely ridiculous.
There's something happening at the front door. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on out there? I look at Lexi, my castmate, and I'm like, what's going on?
Janine walked out. She walked out on the team.
I guess Janine just left before the workout even started.
You guys know the rules. Like I always said, you missed a workout for any reason. Obviously, there's an emergency. But if you just bail out on the family, on the group, then you're out.
And it sucks. Like out of nowhere, we were all getting ready, getting our stuff ready. Everyone had kind of picked a partner or in the process of getting partners.
Said something about working with partners, and she doesn't have a partner didn't have a partner from LTL.
There's only so much that we could do, or I could do, or anybody could do, Bruce could do, before you have to, as a person, like on this journey, have to step up and do it.
And I've said since day one, if you just give up and you just quit in the workout for any kind of reason, that it would be like you don't really want to be here and you're just like throwing in the towel. Now, obviously, we're giving her a chance to think about it, so that's why she's been gone. But I also didn't want her to miss out on this experience with Rachel because we've been talking about doing this kind of thing. And I think this can go a long way with her self-doubt that she's had of like not thinking she's going to make it, holding on to those things. So that's why I had her come to Rachel's thing, because I think it's the right thing to do, because I don't want her to miss out on that opportunity for sure. My name is Bruce Pitcher, and I was given a golden opportunity of being on extreme weight loss 8 years ago where I lost over 200 pounds. And in that time, I found my purpose in life. And now I'm taking 7 individuals to come live with me in Arizona for the next 90 days. And not only are we gonna transform their bodies, but we're gonna transform their entire lives. And we're gonna show them exactly what it means to live larger in life. And I can't wait for you guys to see what amazing transformations these guys do in 90 days.
Hi, my name is Amber Howell, and I'm from Pocatello, Idaho, and my starting weight is 266.
Why are you here?
That's a loaded question. There are many reasons why I'm here. I want to just say to lose weight, but it's way more than that. It's about being more healthy, being able to get up and go with my kids, just to feel better, you know, physically, emotionally.
There has been a ton of emotion today, and I really want to talk about that emotion and why you're anchored into that emotion and really how that works.
So I brought in Rachel to work on some deep breathing, some mindset stuff, and change up their experiences. So what she does really well is rewriting their experiences. And so then it can rewrite their belief in themselves and everything else. And we had a morning exercise that was just so powerful. She had some paperwork for it. We went all around and shared. The group got a lot closer. You can just see them flourishing right now. So I'm really excited to have her here with us and doing this exercise.
I'd love to hear what your experience was. Do you want to share?
My realization today was that I don't feel lovable. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You will make me cry. And that was hard to hear coming out of my own mouth, but we grew up on a street out in the middle of nowhere, and we would get up, get our chores done, and head out, and Mom would not see us for the rest of the day as long as we were home by dinner. And I come from a wonderful family. They are amazing. In my youth, there was someone close to me that would just, I never felt good about myself. I had someone that just kind of tore me down a lot as a kid. And in fact, I don't remember a time where I did not feel fat, ugly, stupid,
So coming into that awareness of a belief you have about yourself that
Yeah.
you don't feel lovable.
Right. It was hard. I felt exhausted when we were done. Yeah.
That gets ingrained into you every day, and yeah, so you grow up feeling those things about yourself, and it's hard. It's someone close to me, and it's somebody I love dearly, and it's not that way anymore, and I never have blamed that person. I don't, but yeah, it was hard.
Do you feel like you were able to, now that you're in that awareness, able to bring to the surface the truth behind that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I loved what we did afterwards, how we took that person that we used to be and watched them leave. That was very visual for me. And leaving the new person behind to be here. Yeah.
Yeah. So that belief, I'm not lovable. What's the truth behind that? What's your empowering belief now?
That I am lovable. And I need to just learn to believe that.
I'm scared of abandonment, really. I'm scared of being alone, not being good enough.
Where do you think that comes from?
So I was married to my first husband for 13 years. A very good guy, but I think I had a lot of issues, just inner demons, and so we ended in divorce. And then I got remarried. We were married for about a year when he just decided it was too much, and just the blending of families and was too hard, and so he moved out, but kind of still kept me hanging on. I mean, for 4 years, which was so painful. So then my second husband was diagnosed with terminal cancer and died 3 months later from that date. That was very, very difficult. Just watching him go from this beautiful, healthy man to just skin and bones. It was tough. It was hard on me. It was hard on the kids. So I think from those things, I just felt like people are leaving or going away, or yeah.
I always look at my husband and I always think, why did he pick me to love? Why I don't feel worthy of that. That's ridiculous.
Have you ever looked at it as, you said something key just a bit ago. You said, my kids know they're so loved and everything else. And it's because of your past, where you haven't felt that love and that compassion, that you've been able to take that negative and give it to all your kids. And I bet that's what your husband sees too. You give him so much love that he probably might not have ever felt that you give to him. So you've taken something that's happened to you of not feeling that way and know how to give it times 100. And that, to me, is amazing. You know what I mean? That makes you special. So special. And that's what you ooze into everybody here, and that's what's huge, You have to take those things that happen and switch them into positives.
When you love yourself, I truly believe that you will be able to step into that belief that you are lovable. It's not that other people don't love you, it's that you need to love yourself.
Yeah. And I struggled with that my whole life, so yeah. That was a tough one. After seeing everybody, after going through that today, I just I just feel so much closer to all these people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like nobody I'd rather go through it with. Yeah.
Yes.
I love you all.
Love you too, Amber.
Would somebody else want to share?
I am ready to let my anxiety go and move on and start challenging myself more.
And how are you going to do that?
By being aware of it and saying stop whenever like those thoughts come into my head.
Hi, my name is Lexi Stark. I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and my starting weight is 285. I'm here to get healthy and gain confidence and know that I can stick with something long term instead of just going for a month and then stopping. My childhood was really good. My parents always made sure we had everything that we needed. I was always the quiet kid. I'm the youngest of 5 kids, so whenever we would have like family get-togethers or anything, everybody would be talking loud and I would just kind of be in the background. I've always been the biggest in my family, and like even through school I was always bigger than everybody else, so I think the hardest thing about childhood was just dealing with anxiety and trying to work through how I'm feeling and dealing with those emotions. I've always kind of known since, say, maybe 1st or 2nd grade that I was more quiet than everybody else, or like the teachers would comment about it, that I was quiet, but I don't think it really became a problem until I was older and in like middle school and high school, and I just wouldn't talk to anybody, and I would kind of just stick to my 1 or 2 friends and not like do anything else. I think I've always had the normal symptoms of like just getting really shaky or cry when I get overwhelmed. Like whenever we'd have presentations at school or something like that, I would always start crying right before or like try to back out of it and just take a 0 for the grade or anything like that. The only one would be like, I think 6th grade. Just a kid made something like a comment about the fat girl or fat chick or something like that. And I just remember that hit me that day, but yeah, so throughout high school I've always been kind of weird around food and like eating in front of people. And so for lunch, I would always just sit in the hallway. I would skip lunch or like not go into the cafeteria because it made me too anxious. So I would always just kind of hide away either in the hallway or like library or just kind of anywhere away from big crowds.
I want to hear who your highest self is. Who did you see? I want to hear.
Someone that was free and didn't overthink everything. Was able to have a conversation and not worry about everything else.
Mm-hmm. Confident?
Do you feel like there's a correlation between the anxiety and your weight?
Yeah, I think so. Especially like just within this last year, I stayed at home pretty much every day, and so I'd always pick up my favorite snacks on the way home from work and then just eat that every day. I didn't like really think that it was binge eating until I watched last season and people would talk about it. I was like, I don't really do that. But then the more that I started focusing on it, I have noticed that I do that sometimes, not like often, but just if really anxious that day or like a bad day at work or something like that. I had a job, the start of COVID, we moved to Oklahoma City, and I had a job that was not very good for me. My anxiety was terrible then, and I couldn't find another job because everything wasn't hiring. So that was a really hard time, was feeling like you were stuck in a place that you really couldn't get out of. During that time, I would just wake up sick every morning and call into work all the time. I would always go to the bathroom and cry, just like after the hard phone calls.
I talked to a couple people, when I picked you, and I talked to a couple people and I said, Lexi's a person that's gonna either go this way or go this way. Like I was like, she's either gonna come here and it's gonna collapse and she's gonna go home, or she's gonna literally be like so unstoppable and dominate. Mm-hmm. And you are. I mean, as nervous as you are, and I know how nervous you are to be here. I know how nervous it is for you to be on camera. I know how nervous it is to ask a question. And to me, you showing up day in and day out around this many people, knowing where you've come from, is like, I mean, it is phenomenal. We just came back from the night workout. We closed it a lot of the times with the night. And Lexi has just been killing it in the workouts. Like, she's a month into this and she's just destroying it. She's destroying her weigh-in. Literally right now, she's just taking names. Every single day I know you're out of your comfort zone to be around this many people in a gym, to be in a different state. To me as a coach and as your friend now and family for life, like, I couldn't be any prouder of you. Like, seriously, because I said that I was wondering where you would go. You were either going to go home or you were going to stick this out, and there's no question in my mind you're sticking this out. I'm so like blown away by Lexi's experience, because this is the first time ever on LTL, and just even being a part of extreme weight loss, that we've ever had somebody with severe anxiety. Literally, you can catch her with a watch doing this. If you ever see it in the videos, that's just anxiety kicking in. For people that have anxiety out there, this just shows you can confront these things, and this is what it's even more about than instead of weight loss and everything else that we talk about. And I'm just so freaking proud of her for facing these demons. And there's a lot of people I know that are going to watch this that struggle with anxiety about doing this, and you're going to set people free that you didn't even know. There's going to be somebody that watched it, because think about where you came from. Because you watched it and because it set you free, you were like, if that person can do it, I can do it too.
We live about 95% of our lives in our subconscious mind. So I took some time with each of them to help them identify what are the emotions, the beliefs, the habits, the behaviors, and the programming that they're anchored into, and where does that come from? And from that awareness, I was able to take them into an R3 meditation to rewrite, reprogram, and rewire, bringing the subconscious mind forward to create new neural pathways. This process unblocks the subconscious for healing around pain, shame, guilt, limiting beliefs, and any of the other programming that keeps us stuck in life.
You all had powerful moments where certain things hit you so hard, right? And when we were in the meditation or different things that we did, you went through being, happy, confident, sad, discouraged, frustrated, right? There was a lot of different things that happened. Well, every external event we all have goes into our brain, and it's anchored into an emotion. And those emotions were anchored in through past experiences. You can change those anchors at any time. You can change the emotion tied to the anchor. And that's what I want to teach you guys how to do today, is how do you feel whatever emotion you want to feel whenever you want to feel it.
I worked with them on anchoring today to help them understand the power that each of us holds around the emotions that we feel and how we can create the emotions that we want to feel, how to anchor into those emotions, and how to feel them and fire them off at any time that we want to.
There's a lot of other ways that we anchor in. We anchor in through touch. We anchor in through smell, sight, right? So how many of you have smelled something and it brought you back to maybe a past, maybe your grandma, or maybe it brought you back to a moment when you were young, right? A relationship that you had, or you saw something and you saw something on somebody, or they wore something and it brought you back to a moment in your life. Has that happened to anybody? Yeah. Those are all anchors. Just yesterday, I was with my friend Corey, and she smelled just like my grandma did.
Oh.
And it was...
That could be good or bad.
It's perfect.
Did you tell her that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good.
I didn't.
I don't think... If
I didn't.
You smell like my
grandpa. But my grandma and me had the best relationship. In fact, she was the closest person to me. So every time that I smell that, it's kind of like a relaxing, peaceful thing to me. Because my moments of my grandma is like she had these long nails and she would just rub my back like this and she would just comfort me. And it was just kind of that feeling. I want to anchor into feel good emotions today. I want to anchor you into determination. I want to anchor you into those power up feelings. So no matter what state you're in, you can fire off these anchors and pop into feeling good or pop into feeling determined. And like I said, this is what top athletes do. So they all have an anchor, and whether Bruce knew it or not, he's been anchoring you in the whole entire time. You guys are going through these really hard workouts, and he's coming through, and he's like at your hardest moment, maybe he's touching you on the back or something, and he's anchoring you into like in that moment, he does that, and you're like, okay, I can do this. You feel that. So the way that you anchor in is you anchor in at the top of an emotion, okay? So it has to be at the peak. So when I bring you into a visualization, I want you to wait till you're at the peak of the emotion, and then I want you to anchor into the feeling. That is how we anchor in. That's how our brains anchor in. So at the peak of feeling so excited, maybe a time that you've had with a friend where you're belly laughing and you guys are laughing so hard. I've already seen you guys have multiple belly laughs. So you should be able to anchor into that one really well. It's at the peak of that belly laugh. Right when the laughing tear is about to roll down your eye. That's when we're going to anchor in. I'll walk you through that process a little bit more. But I'm going to go get the first thing that we're going to anchor into. And I'll get your headphones and we'll get going.
So if you've been watching these episodes, thank you so much. And if you're ever interested in knowing more about Larger in Life, if you want to join our community, we have a free community called Living the Larger in Life on Facebook, where you can join all the cast members of season 1, season 2, all the people that are in Larger in Life coaching. If you're ever interested in coaching and love to be a part of this team, you get to decide what coach fits best for you. We have people that have literally been through the battle with you. They've been through the struggle with you. They know what it's like. We'll help you get to your transformation. But on that note, thank you again for watching and hopefully you enjoy.
All right, now we're anchoring into determination. And I'm talking highest self-determination.
So you just went over the exercise of being relentless, being determined, and going, right? All out.
I want you to use emotion, and I want you to say the word go.
Okay, you're gonna go all out on the assault bike for 30 seconds. Everything you got. If I don't feel and Rachel doesn't feel that you're actually going all out, being relentless towards your goals, I mean this, we will not stop.
So when Bruce tells you go, you're going to be anchored so hard into that feeling.
And I don't care if we're here till 10 o'clock, midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I do not care. Until I feel like we are going nonstop, be relentless at our goals. Because I feel like we are at the point now, it is just time to be so damn confident in what we are capable of doing. You have to do it now.
And nobody holds back on this, because the harder you anchor in, the more it anchors into you. This is the moment that we're going to practice, and we're going to anchor in. We're going to stack that anchor over and over and over again.
You're going to go 30 seconds on there, then you're going to get to this sled, and you're going to go an all-out minute of pushing. A minute and a half of everything you got. Pancake, baby. Everything that we've talked about. Here we go.
Okay? All right, go ahead and close your eyes.
3, 2, 1, go!
I want you to go. I want you to anchor in, because you're at the peak of that emotion. At the peak of our emotion, when we're pushing so hard, we're go. The most determination you have ever felt in your life. I want you to go there right now. Go. Go. Okay. Go. I want you to see what you would see, hear what you would hear, feel what you would feel as the most determined person you've ever been in your life. Go to that moment, and when you get to the peak, anchor in so hard.
If you're not starting to believe at this point that you can do anything, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I literally don't know what to tell you guys anymore. We're finally doing it. We're finally doing what we're supposed to do. The reason that I picked you guys to be on this, you know what I'm saying? Right here. You better believe it, damn it. You guys believe now? You see what you're doing? Normal people don't do this. Normal people don't do this. But we are not on this earth to be normal. We're on this earth to what? To do extraordinary things. And you better believe it.
Yes.
So you better hit it and you better go. You need everything you got. All the negative shit is gone now.
Yes.
Lexi, all the anxiety's gone.
Yes.
Not being level's gone. Who you show up of Cali without alcohol is gone. Okay, you're gonna show exactly who you are right now. Let's go.
Let's go.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
What are you feeling?
Just like
to give up.
And you didn't. And you didn't give up. Who showed up in that workout?
Me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was cool working with Rachel because part of her story is addiction. Seeing somebody like her gives you hope, just automatically, you know?
Showed up.
Showed up. That's the best I've seen you hit it after you, huh? There we go.
Guess what? You got one more. You got one more in you. When life has been hard, what have you guys done every single time? You stopped, right? Everything's been caving in. Walls have been caving in. You don't want to show up for yourself. It gets a little bit hard. My life's never gonna get better. Guess what? You got one more in you.
He said, one more. I want you to do one more. And I sat there on that bike and I was bawling because I had been taken to the brink both physically and mentally. And I honestly didn't know how I was going to do it again.
Anchor in on a moment like this, where after the 90 days, life is going to hit you in the face. And something tragic is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but something is. And you're going to anchor in on this moment. I'm telling you, this moment. I mean that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You're going to anchor in on this moment, and it's going to push you to the next level. So here we go. Dig deep. Hey, wipe away the tears now, and let's go get it with tenacity. Be fired up. Be fired up now with the tenacity. Here we go.
The workout with Rachel was really hard, the assault bike and sled pushes. It was good to push ourselves and see like how far we can go. And then what we learned from Rachel to basically not limit ourselves anymore was really helpful.
Let's go! Let's go!
Rachel is awesome. She had us delve into a lot of inner demons.
And it's really kind of an eye-opener to like sit somewhere and really bring up things that you've kind of buried down for a long time, and we all kind of got to know each other a little bit better there. She really opened that door for me to kind of picture that stuff, which I haven't done in forever, if at all.
I've learned that I'm capable of doing things that make me uncomfortable, and that although it's challenging, it's going to get easier the more that you do it. That I am stronger than I thought I would be, and like I can do the workouts and I can make it through hard things in life and not have to like sit back and be too nervous to do anything.
I have learned that I am much stronger than I thought I was, and that I can do hard things. But the main thing I've learned is that I am worthwhile. I am good enough. I am strong enough, and I'm okay just being me, and me is good enough. Yeah, I've learned to love myself.
Hey, so Janine walked out before the workout started tonight.
For us, it was kind of like a slap in the face.
So why are we here?
So